All right, everybody, welcome. Today's lesson is going to be about simple call openers. What we want to do is talk about how the LAMA technique works in openers and how, by the way, you're already doing LAMA in your openers, more than likely, okay? And why it's important that you use a LAMA. Then we will talk about the simple opener and then the second opener, which is what you say after you do the first opener, the second thing you say after they give you their problem or question, okay? We're going to do those two openers, and then we're going to talk about how they work and why they work, and what's important about doing it well, okay? So first of all, using LAMA, which stands for listen, acknowledge, make a statement, ask a question, is very important because we want you to end on the question to guide the conversation. Now let me give you an example. I work with a company personally, as the customer, who when I call them, they never end their opener with a question, and it kind of drives me crazy. They'll answer the phone with the name of their business and a lovely uptone in their voice, which means I have to now ask something of them. And there's only about 4 people in the office, and I've dealt with all of them, but they never introduce themselves, and it kind of drives me crazy. So, they are a management company, so what they say is, "Thank you for calling management company." And then I have to go, "Hi, this is Sally. Am I speaking with Bill or Bob or Susie?" Whoever I think I'm talking to, because I'm uncomfortable not knowing who I'm talking to. So ending with a question like, "How may I help you?" gives the customer a place to go. Now, that's hugely common. You probably are already doing it, but it's also hugely important. So listen to the phone ring, acknowledge that the phone rang by greeting the customer, make a statement that identifies you and or your business, and then end with a question, "How may I help you?" So thank you for calling management company. This is Sally. How may I help you today? Works every single time, and the customer is comfortable. Okay? So that's your first opener. Listen to the phone ring or watch the customer enter your retail space. Greet with hello, good morning, something that is a welcoming statement. Then make an additional statement that's an introduction to either the business or you. And then end with that question, "How may I help you?" so that the customer knows it's their turn to talk and their turn to give you the information that you need. Okay? So there's your first opener. Now, we're going to get a little more complicated with the second opener. So the second opener, we're going to do this twice. This time we're going to do a regular customer problem or a complicated situation maybe, but nothing too difficult or too upset. We're going to talk about upset customers on the next lesson. So the original opener remains the same in both lessons. Good? All right, now the second opener, it has to be simple yet also powerful. Okay, so listen to their problem or question. Then, this is going to sound kind of corny, but it totally works every single time. Say something really strong in that acknowledgement, not just a simple, "Okay, I can help you with that. May I have your account?" See, that works, but it doesn't really engage the customer, and it doesn't really build on their customer experience in a positive way. Instead, make each of those steps just a little bit stronger. So when they give you the question or problem, say something like, "I'm really glad you called about that," or "I'm glad you asked about that," or "You did the right thing by calling us today," or "I'm really glad you came in the store about that." Let them really know that you are happy that they presented this problem to you. Okay? Then make a statement. This is about giving them confidence and clarity and making them comfortable having given you the problem, because you have an opportunity here to let them know that you already have a solution in mind, or that they might have optional solutions, but that they not only did the right thing by calling, but they got the right person on the phone, or they contacted the right person at the business. So you want to say something like, "I'd be happy to help you with that." We call that a willingness statement. Or something like, "I know exactly what to do about that. I'm glad you called." Okay? Or, "I know exactly what to do about that, and you have a few options here." Make a statement that the solution is already on its way, or that you are willing to help them with the solution. Good? All right, then lastly, end on the question. And again, back to the courtesy words. May I please have your name? Or may I have your full name and account number, please? You could even do a combination question like that where they can give you more than one piece of information if you're ready for it. All right? So keep that in mind. And here's why we do all of this. So those are your two openers, and this is what I'm going to ask you to practice after this lesson, is there are three parties in every conversation. There's you, there's the customer, and basically there's the company, and you represent the company. And all solutions that really work for all three parties involved in every interaction. So when you speak your opener, it has to work for everybody. And notice how on the example I gave you about that management company that I personally use, it doesn't work for me. It might work for them. They think it works for them, but I'm irritated pretty much every time I call. And sure, a lot of it is because I'm in this business. But they're in a customer care business too, and a customer experience business. So do something that works for all three parties every single time. It works for the customer, it works for the company to introduce yourself, to be clear about it, to be positive, to be welcoming, and it works for you because you know what? When you show this confidence at the beginning of the call, even in that simple opener, you let that customer know they called the right place, and that instantly de-escalates an upset caller just a little bit. So in the end, you're making your job much easier. All right? So your first practice here is to practice your simple first opener, and then your second opener related to maybe a complicated customer problem or an awkward customer problem. Not the upset customer. We're going to do that next. Okay, so simple first and second openers for regular, everyday customer questions. Looking forward to seeing all those great examples.